Welcome to another edition of the BuddeComm Telecom Files. This time I would like to discuss with you the interesting developments on the African continent. It's quite possible that Africa is actually becoming the next sort of tiger economy development, similar to what we saw in the early 1990s in some parts of Asia. We already have seen that broadband and mobile and fiber penetration in Africa has grown enormously over the last 5 to 10 years and beyond any expectation, and it also is helping the economies of the various countries to make dramatic changes, as well as of course as societal changes. Of course, there's still many problems on the African continent, and the stability of political developments there is one of the major concerns, and unless that is fixed in some of these countries, it remains very difficult for investments. But nevertheless, you know, developments in even in unstable countries, you know, is showing enormous growth in telecommunications. The top 5 African countries in relation to ICT investments are actually quite a bit of a surprise. I don't think that many people realize that countries such as Eritrea, Ethiopia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Burundi, you know, that are the countries that are seeing enormous growth. You're really talking about 100% growth and you know, unbelievably more than 1,000% growth over the next 5 years. In all aspects, you know, they see massive fiber networks, backbone networks being built. We see, of course, the enormous growth of mobile penetration in these countries, all fueled by economic growth, GDP growth, you know, between 5 and 8% per annum. So really, these are, you know, small tiger growth companies. So that's what's happening there, and you see that the governments are liberalizing and privatizing parts of the industry. When I was at the Arab Summit in Doha, Qatar, just a few weeks ago, there was also the president of Djibouti talking about us there, about his country, and it was just mind-boggling, you know, the sort of developments that are going on in a country that you hardly ever hear of, and the investments that are taking place. You know, you talk about these top 5 countries, you talk about 150 million people, so it's a sizable market to consider. So keep your eyes open for developments in Africa and for the business opportunities and investment opportunities that are taking place there. Thank you very much for listening to me on YouTube. We do have a report on the top 5 countries in Africa. You'll find it, of course, on our website, and I'll also put it at the back of this video clip. Thank you for listening.